The situation in Syria is getting more dangerous by the day, and now the United States is urging all the American citizens to leave immediately. Yes, you heard that right. Washington has issued a very strong travel advisory, warning that things are spiraling out of control, specifically in southern Syrian province of Sweida, where deadly violence has already killed over 1,100 people, and that too after a supposed ceasefire. So let's talk about what's really going on. Why is the US so worried, and what does it has to do with Israel, the Druze community, and a rising wave of regional instability? Sweida is a region dominated by the Druze community, a religious minority group with a very strong cultural identity found in both Syria and Israel. For months now, this region has been fighting between Druze people and armed Bedouin faction who accuses each other of land grabs, kidnapping, and revenge killing. The result? Towns turn into battle zones, families displaced, and more than 1,000 lives are lost. But here's the twist: this isn't just Syria's internal issue anymore. Israel recently launched airstrikes inside Syrian territory, claiming that it was trying to protect the Druze population from harm. But you know what? These strikes came without warning, and right after the United States had helped brokered a fragile truce between the fighting groups. That has left Washington deeply frustrated, specifically as they now worry that any misstep could escalate into a regional conflict. And wait, to make things worse, the US Embassy in Damascus has been closed since 2012. We all know that, when the Syrian civil war erupted. So if any American citizen is stuck in Syria right now, there is no direct help that is available. Instead, the Czech Republic is handling the United States interests, acting as a go-between for diplomatic and emergency matters. But the question is, why now? Why this sudden warning? Let me help you with the answer. This is happening because recent days have seen new clashes, the ceasefire is breaking down, and there is growing concern that foreign powers like Iran and Hezbollah may also get involved. In fact, Syria is already getting more intense. The north is controlled by Turkish-backed rebels, the east by Kurdish groups with the United States support, and now the south is getting into more chaos. The Assad regime, once in full control, is barely holding on. Now for Washington, this is a nightmare scenario. Violence, foreign airstrikes, failed diplomacy, and no boots on the ground to manage the crisis. And that's why the State Department isn't taking any chance. Their message is crystal clear: if you are an American in Syria, leave now, don't wait. Now, this advisory isn't just about personal safety, it reflects a broader fear that Syria is once again becoming a powder keg, and any spark could trigger a wider Middle East conflict. With Israel striking, the United States pressurizing Damascus, and Iran waiting in the wings, the region is once again at the risk of sliding into chaos. So, what's the takeaway here? The takeaway is that Syria may not be making headlines every single day, but behind the scenes, a very dangerous game is unfolding. The United States knows it, Israel knows it, and now the world is slowly starting to pay attention again. Stay tuned, because this crisis is far from over.